So hello, Casey from Miss Sugar Melbourne.
Hi.
Welcome and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
You're more than welcome. So today I wanted to expand a lot of salon owners' awareness and knowledge about using sugar as a hair removal treatment. So first of all, if you can, for those salon owners, spa owners, clinic owners that do not know what sugaring is, can you explain what sugaring is?
So body sugaring is a method of hair removal that uses sugar paste, and it's primarily made up of water, sugar, and lemon juice.
Mm-hmm. Go on. How is that different to waxing?
So it's done in the opposite direction to waxing. So the paste is removed against the hair growth and it's taken off with the hair growth. And because of that, the paste seeps into the follicle and pulls the hair out intact.
Okay.
And sugar paste doesn't actually stick to the skin, it only sticks to the hair.
All right. So is it suitable for everybody? Is there some people it's not suitable for?
No, it's suitable for everybody because it doesn't stick to the skin. It's a lot more gentle than waxing. So clients that have really sensitive skin or even psoriasis, dermatitis, eczema, all those types of conditions, you can actually sugar over, whereas with waxing, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay. What about one of the major contraindications for waxing is in a lot of older people, they're on blood thinners like Roaccutane is an example, and you wouldn't wax those clients. Can you sugar those clients?
No, so you still wouldn't sugar clients who are taking any type of oral acne medication because it thins the skin.
Okay, all right. So even though it's a surface application, it's still no good for those clients?
No.
Okay.
Still need to err on the side of caution.
Good to know. And what about clients that aren't suitable for laser or IPL? Is sugaring a good alternative?
Definitely. So if clients have hair that is too pale for IPL, or redheads sometimes can't have IPL or laser, if there's not enough contrast between the colour of their skin and the colour of their hair, then it won't work as well. So sugaring is definitely an option for them.
And what about as an alternative to electrolysis for those that have got those stubborn white hairs that it's useless for IPL laser? Is sugar a good alternative for those people?
It's definitely a lot less time consuming. And sugaring actually leads to permanency as well.
Okay, so how often would you need to get sugared so that it leads to permanency?
It's pretty much the same time frame as waxing. So generally it's every 4 weeks. Say for underarms, Brazilian, legs is every 4 to 6 weeks. But because we take the hair out in that first stage of growth, that's what leads to permanency. So it's like pulling a brick out of a brick wall because the follicle's still attached to the wall in that first stage of growth. If you pull out enough bricks, the wall will collapse.
Okay.
And that's what happens with sugaring. So then the follicle can't produce another hair.
Okay. All right, good to know. And what about the time frame for a therapist to say sugar an underarm as compared to say wax an underarm?
It's about half the amount of time.
Wow.
Yeah, so Brazilian, half leg and underarm we do generally in about 50 minutes.
Right.
And underarm with sugaring takes about 5 minutes.
Right. So because all salon owners' time is money, it's going to save them time as a comparison to waxing?
Definitely. And you're using the same ball of sugar paste on those 3 areas as well. Obviously, there's an order that you do it in.
Right.
But you're not constantly walking backwards and forwards to wax pots and throwing out strips and spatulas and all those things that you need for waxing. So it's a lot quicker in that regard as well.
Okay, so if we don't need spatulas and wax strips and pots, is it just the sugar paste we need so that we're saving money on all those consumables?
Yep, so you still need your preparation spray beforehand to get rid of any oils or sweat from the skin. And you still need powder. We don't use talcum powder. We use a special powder that's designed for sugaring. And you need your nitrile gloves, and that's it.
Okay. So as a cost comparison, how does it compare sugaring to waxing?
Well, if you were doing, say, a full leg Brazilian and underarm with waxing, you could imagine how much wax and strips and spatulas you would go through. To do all three areas with sugar, you're only using about the size of a small orange, and that's it.
Okay. And so clients, obviously, do you do waxing anymore?
Nope.
No.
No, definitely not. And any clients that have sugaring, they don't wax anymore either.
Okay. And was it an easy transition to get your client base to go from waxing to sugaring?
It was, because I ended up just throwing out the wax pots.
Okay.
So I used to do both, and I would have people calling to book in for waxing, and then I would have to explain to them that I do sugaring instead, and then tell them all about sugaring, and they would say, okay, I'll try that. So then they would come in and have sugaring done, and then after a couple of months, people were calling me to book in for sugaring.
Right.
So I found that I wasn't even having to explain to them what it was anymore, because that's why they were ringing.
Right. And you actually find that you've got clients coming from all corners of Melbourne just to come to your particular salon to have sugaring.
They do, because it's really hard to find someone who does sugaring, and that's all that we do. So we specialise in sugaring. We don't do any other services.
And so that tells other salon owners that there's a market there for sugaring, doesn't it?
Definitely. They travel up to an hour to come to my salon for sugaring.
Wow.
So there's a lot of salons that they're bypassing on their way to come to us.
Yeah. And so you, being the entrepreneur that you are, saw an opening here, didn't you? And so now you offer sugar training to salon spas and clinics all over Australia.
Yep.
And so how's that been going? What's involved with the training?
Well, we're a little bit different to other training companies. So we actually come out into your salon and train you in your environment, because there's a lot of factors that come into sugaring, which includes the temperature of the room, the temperature of the client, the temperature of the therapist's hands. So I think it's a lot easier to learn in your own environment than to learn somewhere else and then take back what you've learned and have to adjust it.
Right.
Yeah, so we go to the salon and we train them wherever they are. We've been to the middle of rural Queensland.
Right. And what's the feedback that you've got from some of the salons and clinics that you've been into and done this training?
They love it, and their clients love it.
Right. And do you give them any ongoing support after that training?
Yep, we do. So we offer further training sessions in Brazilians if they need it. Not all salons offer Brazilians, so we can offer further training in that. We have social media posts that they can post on their pages to do with sugaring. We provide marketing plans and things like that.
Okay, excellent. And is it affordable in the whole scheme of things without giving your pricing away?
I would say it definitely is. The price of our training, that's probably half our takings in a week's trading.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. And so it obviously the salons that have done the training with you, how do they get this sugar paste to continue to build this in there?
They order it through us. So we have our own sugaring paste and our own pre and post care products as well.
Fantastic.
So they learn with our paste, and then we supply them with the paste afterwards too.
Terrific. Excellent. So you've got it all wrapped up in one. You've seen a need in the market, which you've met.
Yeah.
And now, of course, because how many years have you been in the beauty industry?
20 this year, 1998.
Okay. So with 20 years of beauty industry knowledge and seeing a need in the market for this, meeting that need, creating your own sugar paste, and then extending that to a training program as well, it's just amazing. It really is. And I mean, it's highly commend you for creating a vision and implementing it and seeing it all come to fruition as well. I've been lucky enough to see you go through this whole journey of
You've seen it all.
Yeah. And it's a real credit to you. It really is.
Thank you.
If people were interested in introducing sugaring into their salon, clinic or spa, or even just having a chat to you about sugaring, how do they get in touch with you?
On our website, which is www.misssugarmelbourne.com, there's a training page on there that's got a bit of information about the training course, and there's an inquiry form on there, so you can just pop an inquiry through and I'll get back to you.
Okay, so what would be, say, 3 main benefits of a salon converting over to waxing, to sugaring from waxing?
I think the fact that you can offer something that's a lot more gentle, doesn't contain any chemicals, it's vegan. Our paste is actually vegan, not all sugar pastes are. And that everybody can have it done. There's no one that can't be sugared.
Right.
So other hair removal methods, you do have those other contraindications.
Yeah, terrific. Yeah. So it's suitable right up from young teens, middle-aged male and female, and beyond.
Yeah, terrific. Definitely.
So it can be for the face and the body. There's no restrictions.
No, full face sugaring is probably one of the most popular treatments that we do.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And what about the client? Do they have a better experience going with sugaring as opposed to waxing?
Half of them nearly fall asleep.
Okay. Unusual for hair removal.
Especially full leg, I think, because they're laying there for a bit longer. You kind of tell them it's time to turn onto their side and they sort of jump like people do when they're falling asleep on a train.
Right.
It's definitely a lot more relaxing and it's kind of rhythmic as well. So, yeah, it's a lot more relaxing than what waxing is. And the skin's so much smoother afterwards because it takes off that top layer of dead skin.
So it's exfoliating.
Yeah. And it doesn't sting afterwards like waxing does. So you still feel the hair come out, but you don't have that stinging feeling on top of the skin.
Right. Okay.
I think that's the biggest difference that they notice.
And obviously consumables costs for a salon, clinic or spa is a lot lower.
Definitely.
When just using the sugar. So that's one of the major key benefits because we all want to get our cash flow down. And this meets that. And does that mean then that a sugaring treatment is going to be cheaper than waxing?
No.
More profit.
Yes, because it's something that you've invested in to further your education. So I think that it should be a bit more expensive than what waxing is because it's a specialised service and not everybody's offering it. And there's so many more benefits to it other than just hair removal.
Yeah. And I guess too, there's this massive wave towards vegan, organic, natural. So it ticks all of those boxes as well, doesn't it?
Definitely. It's what people are looking for at the moment.
Yeah, terrific. Well, it sounds like a win-win-win for salon, spa and clinics to get onto this because even if they were a laser clinic, they're missing out on that little fraction of the market and they can meet that market.
Definitely. And there's a lot of people that are still a bit scared of laser and IPL and it's not regulated in Victoria, so I don't really blame them.
Yeah. Well, no one can burn you with sugaring because
it's not even hot.
Yeah. Because you actually have a cold sugar paste, don't you? So it doesn't need to be warm, does it?
No, it's not heated at all. It heats while you're using it. So it will heat to the temperature of your hand and the client's skin. But when you first take it out of the jar, it is cold. And it's the only cold paste that's actually made in Australia at the moment.
Yeah, because I know when I had sugaring in my salon, it had to be warmed. So it was in like little wax pots.
Yeah, so you don't need those either. You just need your jar of sugar and away you go.
More savings. Yeah.
No electricity costs.
Yeah. All right. So to wrap that up, Any salon, clinic or spa owners that want to know more about incorporating sugaring into your business, jump onto the website www.misssugarmelbourne.com. Is that right?
That's right.
Excellent. And there's a contact form there. Just fill in your details and Casey will get back to you with any information that you need to know. So once again, thank you for being my guest today, Miss
Thank
Casey.
you for having me.
You're more than welcome. All right. Well, until I see you again, thank you for the information.
You're welcome. Thanks, Bambi.